No. 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 Oh, no. Hello everybody, I hope you're well. Something slightly different in this episode. We've had a subscriber get in contact with us and he wants us to fix a couple of problems that is either dodgy builder or dodgy glass company, or maybe both, have created. There's been a bit of a dispute and we're going to try and get to the bottom of it and work out what's gone wrong and then fix it for him. And it's such a shame because inside is stunning. Let's go and take a look. Isn't this beautiful? This is a bit of me. This is a extension on the back of a mid-terrace property. This steel denotes where the side of the house used to be, all exposed. Exposed brickwork. Beautiful window at the back, just one big piece of glass. And when at night, the light shine on that and it looks twice the size it does. Beautiful. And then the brickwork goes to the outside as well, so it's the old indoor-outdoor thing. I think it's beautiful, really do. There's a flat roof extension on the back as well. Roof window. Beautiful kitchen, excellent. Right, so why am I here? I didn't build it, I'm not showing it off. I'm jealous, but I'm not showing it off. The problem is, it ain't watertight, and for the 4 years that it's been built, it never has been. When it rains, it doesn't have to be heavy rain at all, just when it rains. It pours, apparently, through that ridge there. There's permanent bowls on the floor, ready to catch the water. As I say, it's been going on for 4 years. There's a dispute between the customer, he can't see me, we can see Matt, the customer, the glass company and the builder. It's coming through the parapet wall as well. You can see that on camera, but the stains just coming through constantly. So they've had this beautiful extension done. And it's not fit for purpose at the moment, so we're going to do some investigating. We've got the scaffold up. We're going to have a look at what's what. And hopefully, we're going to put it right for them. Look at that. It's a beautiful day for it. Right, well this is it from the outside. And obviously we've got the parapet wall and we've got the glass roof. And of course I've already come round and seen this job. So I took one look at that and I know why that's leaking. Can you see it? Can you spot it? It's there. It's there to be seen. If you're not too sure, watch to the end of the video. Put it in the comments now and have a guess. But it's just, yeah, I don't need to look at the roof. We'll come to that a little bit later on. But I haven't been up onto this glass roof. I can't just get a ladder up and climb onto it. So the scaffold went up yesterday. So here I am now, and we're going to have a look at it together for the first time. Now, the customer has mentioned that he did try, or he has been out of that bedroom window onto his roof and done some masticing or sealing, whatever he could do, out of pure desperation. And there you go, look. Okay, that's as far as he could reach with that. Right then, so what do we notice first and foremost? Well, here we've got a dip in the lead there. That's holding water. So why is that dipping? Right, okay, that's the first big clue. There's a dumper sealant there. He did say he reached round with some kind of contraption that you made up, fair play to him. We're getting round there. We've got something missing there. Right, we've got what looks like it's coming out there. That looks pointed, so I don't think that was ever in the first place. Maybe. Right then, so first off, the lead, I mean, I would have done it the other way. I would have overlapped it. So that bottom piece was on the top because it runs into the wall there, look. So there's no ever driving rain going to come from this way. it's impossible. It's very possible it comes this way. So the rain can come down and blow under there, where if it was lapped up, it'll just blow onto the next piece of lead and then down the roof, won't it? But it's not going to go down the roof. There's a dip. Now that dip there is quite worrying, because that tells me that quite possibly there's a big gap below here. Let's have a look. Oh man. I'm not supposed to be able to do that. Oh man. Oh my good God. That is unbelievable. Right. Well, for those of you who don't know, a lead on a tiled roof is the only protection. It's the only way of getting it watertight, because this will be what's the word? Felted and then tiled, and then as it's tiled up to the roof, maybe you've got to leave it back a bit so the air can circulate, things like that. But there'll always be a gap there, and then you dress the lead down, and it's the lead that makes it waterproof. And if the lead fails, and the roof fails. However, with this kind of roof, a glass roof, the lead, in my opinion, should be the secondary line of defence, not the only. Because there's no reason, if it's been measured right and installed right, why isn't that tight to the wall? And then that can be sealed then. And then it can be leaded. So it's got two lines of protection, two lines of defence. Not just lead that's been installed the wrong way around with a huge gap below it. You see? Oh man, is that all the way down? What's it like here? Oh, good. Look at that. And because we've got that steel that I showed you earlier with the exposed brick, there's no plasterboard, which means if I just get my hand down there, you should be able to see it. You should be able to see it from inside, which is just almost a big fat no, isn't it? So, right then, let me do a bit more uncovering and I'll get back to you. Oh, and by the way, this is a parapet roof from above. Do you know why it's leaking yet? Can you see it? I'll give you a clue. It ain't the roof. Well, if Darwin ever concentrated on finishing off roofs and not the evolution of man, this is what his stages of flashing would look like, if you pardon the expression. Here, the first couple of metres, we are totally sealed in. You're not supposed to use any old sealant on lead. It's supposed to be the lead mate or the lead sealant stuff, the proper stuff. Apparently, any other stuff other than that eats away at it. And that doesn't look like the proper lead stuff. However, it's in, and it all looks fairly sound. And I can't prise this bit up because the little bit that I can get up is all glued down. So is that joint there. So I don't think that from there to there is leaking. That roof's leaking. We'll go into that a bit later on, but I don't think the flashing is. So that little bit's good. Then we get to our second stage. Foam the life out of it. Foam and forget. Now why, to be fair, maybe the customer has had a go at this or something. I'll confirm that a little bit later on. But I don't know why anybody would do that bit like that and then this bit like that. You do, anyway, foam and forget. But, as you may or may not know, foam isn't waterproof. If I zoom you in there, maybe if we're lucky we can just get a bit of water. You see that? It's there. That's soaking wet, that is. So, whoop. So yeah, so that hasn't worked. It's all right foaming a gap to the point of then when you finish it off, but you can't just foam it and then forget it. Well, then from that point on, they have sort of forgotten it, because at this stage here, there is no foam to fill the gap. Now there is a little bit of foam just to plug the gap at the very bottom, just to seal that in. Now that's a bit of good news for me anyway, because whatever I'm going to seal that with, it's now got a dam to it to stop it. So I'm not just going to pour it straight onto the floor into the kitchen, because as I said, there's no plasterboard up against the wall underneath, it's just the brickwork. And then we get to here, our fourth and final stage of how not to do it, which isn't too bad, because lo and behold, the frame is properly against the wall, and well, that's a bit of plastic capping on the actual system, that is. So, but there's sealant there, whether you can see. So whatever that capping is covering, it's sealed, or the aluminium frame basically, that's been sealed, or an attempt has been made to seal it to the wall. So that's how you should do it, and then that goes down like so, and level 1 defence, level 2. Yeah, and then I completely not done it down here. Now the issue is that something's gone wrong, because it is 40mm off the wall. I mean, look at them packers there, how many there is. You see that? Yes, it's 40mm off the wall consistently all the way down. So something went wrong from day one with this, and then I would say them to try to bodge it, but they haven't tried anyway. So what am I going to do now? Well, oh, the lead, by the way, is sound. I've pulled all that up and it is rock solid. That ain't coming out the wall or anything. It's only started to pull out a little bit here. So there's, you know, certain elements to it. It was like, you know, yeah, sound. However, right. And so what am I going to do? Well, I'm not going to do anything from there to there. But from that point on, I've got to cut this foam back, get it down below the level of that, and then I don't know what else I can do but start building up the layers of defence, as I keep saying, and buy an absolute shed load of sealant and just fill that gap to the best of my ability, which I think I'm going to do. So yeah, right then, what to do. I think I'm going to fill it as much as I can. Now it's got to be interesting to know how many tubes I'm going to use down here. So what do you think? Put it in the comments. By the end of the video, obviously we'll know, but I'm going with a lot. So I'm going to fill it to the best of my ability. Then I think I'm going to cap it off with a plastic trim, seal all that in, and then re-lead it. So I'm going to have a go at that, I think. Now luckily for me, this job is only about 10 minutes away, if that, from one of the best high streets I know of getting building materials. I can be there and back in half hour with everything that I need. So I'm gonna go down now, and I'm gonna see what they sell, see what's on the market, see if anything inspires me, and then bring it all back, and then give it a go. Yeah, right then, let's get down there. Oh, fuff. Right then. 24 tubes of the cheapest, best one I could find. I think I got for £2 something a tube. It's Sodor, if that's how you say it. So it's a good brand. I was thinking on the way there that maybe I could pack the hole out with something, maybe get some batten down there or something, or I could foam it, but then you've got to wait for the foam to go off and all that sort of thing. So I'll see how far these get me. Now 24 tubes. This thing is going to come into its own. This is ace. This is extremely expensive for the technology that you're buying. It just plunges forward, that's it. However, for this kind of job, it's going to be invaluable. I bought it for doing shower panels and things like that. We need to get a lot of adhesive on quickly, and the old pumping, you can take it out of you. So yeah, we'll give it a go. It's getting a bit dark now anyway, so I'll try and get it all down there, see how far it takes us. Let's give it a go. Well, that time that didn't quite go to plan. Apologies for that. I'll turn you around now and I'll show you what we're up to. This bit of footage comes with a warning. If you're having your tea, you might want to look away, because what I'm about to show you is vile. Oh, look at that. It's horrible, isn't it? But I didn't know what else to do. I wanted to fill it with something waterproof and flexible for the old expansion and contraction side of things, because it is mainly plastic, this thing, after all. So that's all I could think of. Again, put it in the comments if I coulda, woulda, shoulda used something else. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to budge this, get it watertight for the customer. You know what I mean? As I say earlier, 4 years I've had this with permanent buckets and bowls down there to catch the water every single time it rains. So yeah. But that's not how I'm going to leave it, obviously. My second phase is this stuff, just standard 70mm plastic trim in anthracite, because I mean, I didn't want to use white there, I wanted to use clear, but they had none, so there we go. Oh, by the way, for those of you who had a guess how many tubes I'd used, if you said 35, you've won. Congratulations, but there we go. Yes, so what I'm going to do then, I'm going to now cap this off, this horrendous thing off, with that trim. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut it into manageable chunks. I'd love to get it all in one, but if I start put sealant on that and then have that big flappy thing all the way around, it's just going to go down. It's going to go down the glass, isn't it? And I've bought some new wipes. I've got 98 left, and I don't want to use them all cleaning the windows. So there we go. And today's sealant of choice is again from Sodal, but this one comes as a recommendation from you, the viewers, or a couple of you at least. For those of you who watch the channel, you know that I love CT1, it's ace. And some of you have said, don't spend the money on CT1, use this stuff, because it is exactly the same. Now, I can neither confirm or deny that, but we're going to give it a go. It says it does everything that it's supposed to do, and it's the right stuff to use in this instance. But there we go. What I can confirm is that depending where you get this from, and depending where you get your CT1 from, obviously, it's about half price, at least 40% cheaper. So we'll give it a go. It's not about going cheap, it's about why spend the money. So there we go, we'll give that a go. Right then, so now I'm going to get them on, and then we're going to have a bit of a chat, because at the end of the video I'm going to give you all the information that I now have regarding who did what to this roof. Because yesterday the customer came back from work and we had a good chat about it, and I am fully up to speed with all the information, second-hand information, granted, but I now know, according to the customer, who did what here, and it's quite interesting, and I want to know what your thoughts are. So stick around to the end and we'll go through it. Beautiful. We've had Matt with me today. Hello, Matthew.
That's right.
You notice anything about Matthew? What's he missing?
Yes,
Yeah. His glasses have broken, the moustaches fell off them. Right, we've re-leaded all this. We've done it twice because to do it in a wanna was about a piece of lead about 300mm wide to get from that point up, all up and up and out and into that. We weren't happy with the height of this upstand here, so we wanted to go one higher, and that's a big piece of lead, that is. So, well, the shop didn't sell it for a start off, but I weren't going to go hunting for it. So we've gone from that point there, as you can see, into the existing bed joint, and then we've gone above it, down, and we've covered it, and we've staggered the joints as well, as you can see. This expansion cap here, well, it wasn't a cap, was it? You look for this footage here. It was just the little bits of black mastic you can see on the outside. They were just butted together apparently by the window company and masticked, and that's how it was installed. That's how it was finished, and it's opened up that much, which is fairly amazing. So we've formed a bit of lead, got it all round there, glued it on the one side, just like as if it's a joining strip on a piece of fascia, so that the other side can still move freely. And then we've leaded over that, and then it's all gunked underneath. So we are happy. Yeah, so that's that. Waterproof, I am sure. We're using the lead mate to point it up, and we've used these lead fixings to fix it all in. So yeah, so there we go. We've only come to there, and we haven't done this bit because of this roof. Right, I said at the beginning of the video, why is this roof leaking? Why do you think? Last guess. Anybody? No? Right, it's the bricks. It's how they've capped it off. There's not a doubt in my mind, with the evidence that I've been given, that there's anything wrong with this roof. I think the roofing of this roof is sound. Yes, there's a bit of standing water, not a problem. And yes, a bit of a maintenance issue with leaves around the outlet, not a problem. Well, it might be, get rid of them, that's it. The roof ain't leaking. I reckon it's the fact that they've used bricks to cap off a parapet wall, which is an absolute no-no, because each and every single one of these joins, well, you can see by the amount of moss that's growing on it, each and every single one of these joints is just an inlet for water straight the way down, and it's seeping through, which it will do, and it's getting through into the house. It was doomed to fail from the start, this was. It should never have been done like this, in my opinion. If you think I'm wrong, put it in the comments, but I just cannot see how this was ever going to work. So what we're going to do to rectify it then? Well, I'm going to suggest to the customer that he gets this leaded. He'll need an experienced lead former, whatever the trade is called or whatever, or maybe a roofer who knows, who can weld lead and all that sort of thing. And it can just cap it off, and it'd be beautiful all the way down there. There's no chance of it getting stolen because there's a gated pathway all the way down, and the back of the garden's all locked in and you can't be seen anyway. But by doing that, I reckon it'll look good. It'll waterproof, of course it will. It's tried, it's tested, it'll be done. We could try and fiberglass it or try and re-roof it, but because of the design of it, see how this bit all sticks out there, and then you've got this bit of a pillar there, and it goes down, and then the front of that pillar that sticks out a bit. It's all very awkward, but I reckon an experienced lead person, so to speak, will be able to form that, and it'll be absolutely beautiful, and it'll last for generations to come. All accessed by the window, which means the scaffold can go, which is a good thing because we're getting very close to Christmas, and if you give any scaffolder the excuse that you can't come and get it, it'll stay here till the new year, which we don't want. So we're losing the light a bit. It's been a beautiful day, very nice one for it. So we're losing the light. We're going to finish up today. We're going to pop back tomorrow, do some more bits, get some patination all on it, and then that'll be that. And I'll tell you the story of who fitted this, who didn't do what. And as I say, it's very surprising. And there we have it, all oiled up and ready to go. Which reminds me, it's a Christmas party on Friday. Right then, that is that. I 100% confident that that is now waterproof, and their issues are all over. Apart from the parapet, this is going to be a slightly ongoing saga into the new year. I just simply haven't got time to put this 100% right at the moment. We've only got a couple of weeks left until the big day. And as I said earlier, this has got to go because we're in the neighbour's garden for a start, so we need that gone. So, but we can do all that from the roof once it's done. This was the important bit, that's now done. That has had a coat of liquid rubber. Now I don't know enough about it to go into any detail with it. This is our first time using it, but I just wanted to give this rubbish coping, if you can call it that, a waterproof top, just to help things. The customer's on about putting sheets over or whatnot. You'll never keep them down over any amount of time. Forget about it, and what will get under it anyway. So, and yes, you can batten them to the wall, but then you're screwing into the wall and whatever. So I think this is the best way to get them through the next few weeks. New year, new roof. Right then, the story. Well, 4 years ago, the build was going great guns, and then Christmas came. They went out on their Christmas do. It's a family firm by all accounts, and they had a massive falling out. And from what I could gather, they've never worked with each other again. They came separately, collected their tools, sodded off, and that was basically it. That was their involvement of the job gone. So the customer has done a lot of the finishing off himself. I think he's tiled the floor, I think he's fitted the kitchen, he's done the brick slips along this wall that the scaffold's along. It's not brickwork, it's all done all that sort of thing. So he's had a right nightmare, and apart from all that, it has never, since day one, been waterproof. But why wasn't this waterproof? What happened there? Who installed that? Well, the glass company did. Now I don't know enough about this. It's not my job, so I'm not going to name and shame, but I know this company. We've had run-ins with them at the beginning of the year, and there were warning signs, but I've never bought anything from them. However, I won't ever because of this. The building company measured, supplied and fitted this glass roof, which is exactly what I would do as a builder. I'd build the walls, I'll get the glass company in, and they take it from there, and then they install it. And we've done this. We've done 2 of these in the past, 2 glass roofs, and it's exactly how it's being done. Right? So far, so good. However, they refused, as a part of their work ethic, their mantra, whatever you want to call it, they refuse to do the flashing. They don't make it watertight. So they'll supply you all the glass and do all that sort of thing, but they won't make it watertight. They'll put a roof on, but they won't make it watertight. It's like a roofer saying, yeah, I'll put your roof on, but I'm not doing your ridges. Your builder will have to do that. Well, I've never known that, and put it in the comments if I'm wrong, if that's the way that it's done. But it's never been done when I've done it, or had it done. So I don't know. So it was installed 40 mil away. It must have been installed 40 mil off the wall because of all the packers. So it was installed, and then the builders have tried to flash it incorrectly. They haven't recognised that there's a gap there and the flash is not good enough. And then the builders have flashed it. So it's a sort of, it's shared blame between the 2 of them with this really. But why have the window company supplied and fitted a glass roof and purposely, as a part of the contract, not made it waterproof? That's madness to me, that is. You know, I don't get it. And bear in mind that you put this ridge beam in and do all the flashing before the glass goes in. So you don't have to do any of this with a scaffold. You just get a ladder up and just do it. It's easy. But it was never done, and it was never supposed to be done by the window. I don't get it. And if I'm wrong, if that's, then just, again, put it in the comments, let me know. But that is just, it's crazy. That's a massive red flag if a window company ever said that to me. And maybe it should be for you if you're having the same sort of thing done. Now with the parapet roof, that is just that's the builders. The builders have done that. It was doomed to fail, as I said earlier. It was never ever going to work. The problems that they've experienced were always going to happen. The day that they said, well, we'll just do it like this. Nope, that's wrong. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to, in the new year, we're going to lead down, so the lead is over this flashing along, where am I? Wrong way. Along that flashing there, and then the flashing is then down onto the roof, so you can't see any bricks internally, and then to proper coping stones over the top of what we've done here. It's already had a damp course really now, hasn't it, with this liquid rubber. Should it live up to its reputation? We shall see. We shall see. So yeah, so you let me know there. What I mean, should that have been 40 mil off the wall? Is that a thing? Should it have never been flashed by the company? Is that a thing? I've never heard it, but you let me know. I've got some drawings that my mate, who fitted the last pair of glass roofs for us, specification he's done, I'll put them on screen now. And they just show different styles, different profiles with different angles of roof. but it's always flat against the wall from what I can see from these drawings. Again, am I wrong? You tell me. But basically it's been fitted like that with 40mm weight at the top. Anyway, right then, we'll leave it at that. We're out of here now. I've got some daddy daycare duties to do. Thank you for watching. Put it all in the comments. Just go for it. Let me know. Let's just learn from it. Let's create a bit of a forum that we can, you know, take things from. And until next time, take care.